Hi everyone! Welcome to my channel Becoming Ashley. If you are someone who's trying to navigate your 9 to 5, figure out your goals, or just make your life a little more interesting and fun, this is the perfect little corner of the internet for you. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make your own press-on nails at home, because in 2026, in this economy, we are not paying $200 every month to get our nails done. I've been doing my own nails for years, but in the last couple months I've been doing it very consistently, and I've learned a lot and I've gotten a lot better, and I'm very proud of how they look now. And it costs me less to get all of the equipment that I need to do at least 20-25 sets that it costs me to get my nails done once. I think overall I've put $60 into everything that I have. I'll put everything on the screen that I use and where I got it from and the prices. A lot of it is unfortunately from Amazon, but what I could get I got from Sally's Beauty Supply and other smaller places. But as always, try and shop secondhand if you can, and if not, I guess Amazon's fine. That's what I had to do, so I'll link everything below just so you can see it. The reason I do press-ons instead of just the general gel nail on top of my natural nail is because I am terrified of getting contact dermatitis, and this is the safest way that I've found to make sure you don't get it. At no point is any uncured gel touching your hands or touching your fingers or your nail bed. And also the nails can come off really easily if you soak your hand in some dish soap, some oil, and some water, and then you can reuse them. In this video I'm going to be making 2 new ones because I had to replace a couple that broke. This set lasted me 2 weeks before the couple came off, and then I just remade 2 of them and then put them all back on. This is everything that I use and everything that you need to do your own nails at home. This is the gel kit. It comes with the light, it comes with the top coat, the base coat, and 55 different colors for $21.99. And I will link the one that I got below. And then these are just a bunch of tools. The main reason I got them was for the little stands that you put the nails on. It makes it so much easier to paint them and also to drill them. Next, you need the actual press-ons. I got mine from Sally's Beauty, and the ones that I got are textured on the bottom, which makes them stick to your nails a lot better. And then I have nail glue. This is the one I currently use, but a lot of people recommend the Sally's Beauty one. It's supposed to be the longest wear and the best sticking one. And then lastly, I have this nail drill. I use it to scuff up the press-on nail and then also my regular fingernail so that the polish and the glue and everything sticks to it perfectly. You'll see me use it in the video. But this is my starter kit and everything that I use. The prices are all here. I'll have links below. You don't need all of this stuff, but this is what I recommend to start with. Alright, these are the nails that we're going to be doing today, and like I said before, I previously wore them, so I'm just going to start by taking them all off of my fingers and then drilling all of the leftover glue off of them. This is just to give us a really good base that will stick to my nails when I put them back on. I usually wear them once, sometimes twice, depending on if they're still in really good condition, in good shape, or depending on how many broke. I really liked this design and I thought it would be a really easy one for the tutorial, so I wanted to wear these ones for a second time, and now I'm just grabbing the press-on nails and finding a size that fits perfect on my finger. You don't want it to be too big because then they're more likely to pop off, and you don't want it to be too small because then you can see your nail underneath it. I also don't love the length and shape of these ones, so I just trim them off a little bit and then you'll see me filing them down just to make sure it's super smooth and they're ready to go. You can also buy them in all different shapes and sizes, but I didn't want to buy new ones since I already had these and could just really quickly and easily file them down a little bit. And usually I have to buffer the bottom of them to scuff it up so that the nail glue will stick to it and to my nail bed, but these ones already come pre-textured on the bottom, so I really just have to scuff up the top like this and make sure it's ready to go. I use this little brush to get off all of the excess dust, and then I use a little bit of nail polish remover just to really dry out the nail and to make sure that there are no little specks left. And then I'm going in with this base coat, and you want this one to be really even on there, and I'm gonna cure it and put it in the light. And all of them have different directions for how long to keep them in there. I always do 60 seconds no matter what. I just find that that makes them all cure perfectly. And it's more than enough time. For some of the lighter colors, I do quite a few coats. This one is supposed to be kind of translucent, so you'll see that I do 3 full coats. Some of the other colors, I only do 1 or 2 different coats depending on how dark and opaque the colors are. I've done a lot of different designs too. The main thing that you want to do is just make sure that you cure it and it's completely dry in between layers and in between you going in with different colors to try and do a design. The design that I'm doing for this one is vertical stripes in white, and there are different polishes you can buy where the brush that it comes with is very thin and it's made for doing stripes on nail art. But I didn't want to spend the money on doing that for every single color that I wanted to do stripes with, which is why I bought these really thin brushes so that I can do stripes and different designs in every color polish that I have. I just use a little bit of nail polish remover when I'm cleaning the brushes and it comes off really easily. And the best part of curing the gel in between every layer is that, for example, if you mess up on the stripes on this one, you can just use a little bit of nail polish remover and it'll wipe right off and you can just go ahead and do another layer. Usually at the end, I cure it a couple times just to be safe, and then here I'm putting a little bit of acetone on my nails just to really dry them out so that they're ready to go for the nail glue. And then here is the glossy top coat. This is my favorite part because it always looks so good. And then I'm just putting on the nail glue. I put it on the press-on nail and then also on my nail bed. I find that they stick a lot better that way. And I always try to do my nails at night so that when I'm sleeping, the glue has a lot of time to set, and I don't wash my hands after I do it because otherwise the water can get underneath the nail and then the glue just won't stick as well. And I usually press down for like 30 seconds and they always stick really good for at least 2 weeks. I wanted to include some pictures of the first nails that I ever did, and you can see I got a lot better. And then also I put some inspiration pics from Pinterest of ones that I want to do in the future, ones that I've recreated already. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and let me know if you are going to start making your own nails at home because I would love to see them. Let me know what videos you want to see next, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye!